Hi, my name is Stephanie Void, and I'm a writer. And today I want to talk to you about why I think you could be a writer as well, if you want to, even if you don't have very much training in it or anything like that. And people have told you that you don't have any talent for it or anything. I still think that anybody could be a writer. It doesn't really take any kind of inborn talent. I think it's really more of something that can be taught, really, more than a talent. Musicians are taught. I mean, a lot of them have a bit of innate skill, but for the most part, there's really nobody out there who just kind of picks up an instrument and knows how to play it perfectly first time they picked it up. So I think it's kind of the same way with writing. And I think if you really, really want to become a writer, you can do it, and there's nothing stopping you, and you will be able to do it. I think you will. I think a lot of the people who have talent have kind of a writing background or a reading background, have spent a lot of, a lot of the years of their life reading, and maybe had a very literate family growing up, and just everybody read a lot, and it was very, there's things in your life that would, prepare you for being a writer. But even if you don't have those things, you can still be a writer. I mean, what is a story? A story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and there's generally some pretty accepted rules on what happens in the beginning, what happens in the middle, and what happens in the end. The ending is when all the loose ends get tied up, or depending on the genre, they just kind of all just blow up. The beginning is when everything is introduced, and there's certain rules and conventions of what happens in each part, and those can be learned. So don't let anybody tell you that you can't be a writer if you really want to. When I started out, I went to the library and I got like all the books that they had on writing. It was a little tiny town library, really little, not very much in the way of selections, but I got everything they had, and I read it over and over, and that's how I learned. And in addition to reading a bunch when I was growing up, so by the time I was a certain age, by the time I had gotten to college, people thought I was very good, but it really is a skill that anybody can learn. So it doesn't matter how old you are, or whatever your experience is, you could do it. You could learn it if you really want to. You have to spend a lot of time reading and studying the books and stuff, and there's certain steps to learning how to do it, but I don't think it's something where you can just write people off and say you can't do it no matter what. I think if you really want to write a great American novel, or whatever nationality you are, great novel, I think you could do it. It just, it's a learned skill, just like a lot of other skills. Writing is one of those fields where a lot of the experts will tell you that if you're not born with the talent, you don't have it, but I disagree. I think that you can learn it, just like you learn to do pretty much everything else. So, yeah, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let them get you down. You can do it if you want to do it. There are ways. You can do it. So, that was my message for today, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.